Hi there, folks. Welcome back to Rich Reviews. So, in the latest of films that didn't get widely released in theaters, didn't make much money or found their way onto the internet, the latest of these films is Gotti, and this has apparently been in development hell for a better part of a decade, in which various directors, writers, producers have all circled this project. And apparently, this was supposed to be released last year, although Lionsgate dropped the film only a few weeks before it was supposed to be released. Apparently, this played in a small theater in the Cannes Film Festival, and it got booed, and it got scathing reviews, and now it's out for the general public to see. And some people have said this is the room of gangster films, and those people who actually love the film are going after critics who hate the film, which quite frankly tells you how much we've gone in today's society of attacking people for no good reason other than, hey, look, someone doesn't like a film. You don't attack that person for hating the film here. Apparently, one of the co-writers here is credited as Lem Dobbs. Apparently, he co-wrote Dark City, which I actually happen to like. And he also wrote The Limey. He also wrote Haywire, which again, as Sargina Carano, I thought it was an okay film. Now, originally, this was supposed to be from the perspective of John A. Gotti, John Gotti III, about his father, John Gotti Jr., and apparently along the way that changed. Apparently Travolta has wanted to make this film for a better part of a decade, and maybe Travolta 18 years ago could have pulled this off. And now here's the thing, I don't describe to the fact this is the room of gangster films. I think, quite frankly, this is actually a forgettable film. I saw this maybe a week ago, and I haven't thought about it since. Frankly, would I want to have this be on the worst of the year list? No, because quite frankly, I have other films that I want to basically go after again, and this is not one of those films because, quite frankly, again, I was bored. I thought to myself this was rather a largely forgettable film here. This is the third film that's been based off the Gotti mystique here. The first film was like in 1996. That film starred Armand Assante as Armand Assante doing what Armand Assante does, and probably he chewed the scenery for that film. The second film that was about Gotti starred Tom Sizemore as Gotti, and apparently that film was based on the perspective of one of Gotti's lieutenants, apparently, and therefore I haven't seen any footage of that particular film, so therefore I can't tell you what that film was really about. One of the probably chief complaints is everyone here is interchangeable. It's like, I could probably tell you, oh look, John Travolta's Gotti. Stacy Keach is apparently Gotti's friend, boss. I couldn't really tell you. Only three things that I really could tell you about Gotti in this film is that he loves his family, he wants to be the boss, and he doesn't trust anyone who's not been in prison, because quite frankly, we were introduced to a person here who once again is interchangeable. I don't really gonna tell you who he is, that he's an up-and-comer, but he hasn't been in prison, and Gotti doesn't trust him, because quite frankly, I don't want to trust this guy because he's not in prison. And all the while, again, the Stacy Keach character is constantly telling Gotti, hey, look, don't go after our boss. And apparently now, again, considering this is all this is public record, you can go on Wikipedia. Of course, Gotti, after the Stacy Keach character's death, does go after his boss, and apparently the underboss. And apparently he was angry because, quite frankly, they were going to break up Gotti's crew. Which, that would be interesting if I actually cared about Gotti's crew in this case. When I was watching this, I found myself thinking, Gotti was the last public mafia boss that really rose to public consciousness. Now I asked the people who was watching this, can you name me a mafia person who has rose to prominence since Gotti? No, not particularly, no. So again, I think originally this project was supposed to be from the perspective of John A. Gotti, who again, you can watch an actually 60 Minutes interview with him that probably brings more insight to what the mafia is like in this film here. Apparently in this film it's like, he wants to be something else now. He wants to be in the mafia like his father, and his mother gets after his father for wanting him to be in the mob. It's like all of a sudden he doesn't want to be in the mob, or he wants to walk away from this all. And I'm just thinking, wow, this is all real sudden. It doesn't bring any perspective here. And again, bring to cancering Gotti, it's one of the most laughable things that you've ever seen. The makeup does not look believable at all. And we also get a voiceover that I don't think really adds anything in particular to this film here. Again, the director is Kevin Connolly, who was on Entourage, and I think to myself, Well, congratulations, you finally directed your first feature film. You may not be offered to direct again anytime soon. At best, I can say this is workmanlike. There's another thing that reason why I didn't care for this film here is that this way it never brings an attitude towards Gotti. If you were to look at the Wikipedia page of Ganjai Jr., would that Wikipedia article bring more of an attitude towards it, the subject? This film doesn't. And also, again, there is no tension towards this. I mean, people die, and I just think, oh, look, another person's dead. I don't really feel like, oh, heavens to Betsy, this person died. Again, I saw this a week ago. I haven't thought about it since. Trust me, that's how forgettable this film is. The person who plays Gotti the Third isn't really all that remarkable in his acting ability. And Victoria Gotti is here as presented as the shrill. If you ever want to go back to that John Gotti interview on 60 Minutes, John A. Gotti is saying, for those truly dedicated to the mob, they will spend time in prison. Which is interesting. Again, who would want to go to jail regardless outside of being in the mob, you know. So in the end, folks, what I'm going to say about Gotti is that this is one of the more forgettable films of the year. Otherwise, I'm going to give this an only see it when you're drunk rating. Yeah, now it's I'm a mobster, hooray! I mean, what did you think of Gotti? Did you happen to like something that I care for at all? What's your more forgettable gangster film that you've seen in a while? As always, folks, like, comment, subscribe, and enrich yourself in knowledge. I'll see you next time, folks. Yes,